Okay, forget the coffee, forget everything. A kiss. A kiss brings back 13 years of memories. Like bam. What is this? A fairy tale gone wrong. Did Snow White wake up married to a manipulative corpse?
Can we at least introduce the book before you start foaming at the mouth about one unverified reviewer comment? This is Crime Time Drive, not Conspiracy Theory Corner. We're supposed to be discussing Pictures of You by Emma Gray.
Pictures of who? Sounds creepy. Like something you find under a floorboard next to a rusty knife. And Emma Gray? You sure it's not E.L. James's cousin writing sob stories now? This thing sounds like 50 First Dates got roofied by gaslight.
It's Gray. G-R-O-Y. And it's not a sob story. Exoticplex woman Evie survives a car crash. Husband Oliver doesn't. She wakes up with amnesia, thinks she's 16 again. 13 years. Poof, gone. Including her entire marriage to the dearly departed.
Dearly departed. The summary practically screams this Oliver guy was a walking, talking red flag factory. Narcissist, manipulative, toxic, gaslighting, they threw the whole DSM at him. Good riddance, I say. The real crime is how she ended up with him in the first place. Was she sleepwalking through her 20s?
It's called coercive control. It's insidious. It doesn't happen overnight. The book apparently explores how she became isolated, estranged from family, trapped. The quote, boundaries are something you put around yourself. When someone else puts them around you, it's called a prison. That's powerful.
Powerful. It's Tuesday. My Aunt Carol puts boundaries around her prize-winning begonias. Doesn't mean Uncle Frank is going to drive off a cliff and give her amnesia. This... Evie. Okay, fine, maybe Oliver was a creep. But waking up 16. Convenient. Awfully convenient. Like that time you conveniently forgot it was your turn to buy the donuts after losing that bet about the Zodiac Killer was my neighbor book.
That was one time, and the book was compellingly argued flawed. Unblock your theory that the butler always does it. Anyway, the amnesia forces Evie to reinvestigate her own life. Who was she? Who was Oliver? Really? And was the crash just an accident? Some reviews mention a random murder aspect.
See? Murder? I knew it. Probably the high school sweetheart Drew. The photographer swoops back and right when the husband kicks the bucket and the wife has no memory. Fishy, too perfect. He's probably got a shrine to her made of blurry photos in his dark room.
The reviews paint Drew as the supportive best friend, a sweet and perfect anchor she needs. He's helping her piece things together. It's a classic trope, the one that got away returning.
Trope? This isn't Shakespeare. It's Crime Time Drive. Perfect guys in these stories are either secretly running a dog-fighting ring, or they have mommy issues the size of Texas. And where was Bree, the original best friend, the one who dropped that prison quote? Did Oliver disappear her too? Put her in a teapot like that finger last week?
Nobody put anyone in a teapot. The point is the psychological suspense. Evie uncovering the truth about her marriage is the investigation. The reviewers are split. Some found it a roller coaster ride. Emotional damage they loved. Others said the ending was abrupt. Rushed.
Rushed. Probably because the author realized the kiss cures amnesia, thing was dumber than a bag of hammers, and just wanted it to be over. My heart needed a full-day recovery, one review said. Yeah, recovery from the sheer stupidity. Sucker punch me in the throat with feels. More like sucker punch me with plot holes.
Okay, the kiss equals boomerang memories review is admittedly bizarre. It's likely hyperbole. An emotional climax triggering.
Hyperbole? This is the kind of thing my cousin Vinny would believe. He thinks wrestling is real. If a kiss brought back 13 years, wouldn't you just be kissing everyone? The mailman, your dog? Maybe that cures baldness too.
Let's look at the actual themes. Grief, identity, the insidious nature of emotional abuse, it's heavy stuff. One reviewer called it a compelling mixture. Another complained it tried to tackle too much amnesia, grief, toxic relationships, cancer, estranged families.
Cancer. They threw cancer in there too. What's next? Alien abduction. A zombie apocalypse triggered by the bad vibes. This isn't a novel, it's a trauma buffet, and people love this. 5 stars, changed my life. I now suspect my goldfish is gaslighting me. Get out of here.
The intensity clearly resonated with many. But the genre confusion is valid. Is it romance, drama, thriller? The random murder aspect comment suggests a latent work for everyone. Did it stick the landing or faceplant?
Faceplant. Like Evie probably did on the dashboard. Too soon. Nah. If this detective... Wait, There isn't even a real detective, is there? It's just amnesia girl and maybe creepy photographer playing Scooby, do with her own messed up life. If they investigated a lost cat, they'd probably accuse the dog, interrogate the mailman about tuna breath, and conclude the cat faked its own disappearance for the insurance money.
Okay. All right. Verdict time before you have an aneurysm. Despite the potential tonal inconsistencies and that questionable kiss interpretation, the core exploration of escaping psychological abuse through the lens of English is intriguing. It takes risks. I give it 3 out of 5 suspiciously timed car crashes.
Risks. It took liberties. With reality, with reader intelligence, with my blood pressure. It sounds like a hot mess. Emotional damage, check. Confusion? Check. A dead scumbag bonus point. But that ending sounds like a wet firecracker, and the kiss thing, minus several million points. This gets 1 dead husband star, plus maybe half a star for the sheer audacity. So 1.5 stars and a recommendation for intense therapy for everyone involved. Needs more plausibility.
1.5 stars, fine. Just fine.
You got it? All right, you lunatics. That's all the time we got for this tear-jerking train wreck. Tune in next week when we dissect a thriller where the killer only communicates through interpretive dance. Seriously, don't miss it.
Interpretive dance. You've been listening to Crime Time Drive. Try to drive safe, and maybe check your spouse isn't secretly replacing your coffee with decaf. It starts small.